So this actual ticket has been decided that I'm going to sing. So here we go. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Adam Cole and the babies. 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 That was great. Good party for life. Good party for life.
What's going on, everybody? This is THS Wrestling presents That Wrestling Show. My name is John, and I am joined by a man who used to have a background, but now it just looks like, what happened? It's a blue screen. Neesin, how you doing?
I feel like I'm part of a new Rockstars breakdown or something.
What happened?
Yeah. My camera was a little acting stupid. I still feel like I'm like overly you see this? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
Yeah, this white balance stuff. I'm looking very pale right now. I don't know. But hey guys, how are you doing? I'm here. I am alive and well, and I made some chicken, and so I could do the blackest thing I could do on the show.
Oh,
Cheer,
man,
mate.
I'm jealous. You know,
It's
I've
great.
only made fried chicken twice, and it went well the first time, and then I don't know what happened the second time.
Oh man, this chicken is great. It's actually air fried.
Ooh, I haven't done that yet.
And I season in a special way. So when we got the phone, we had to talk about it, but it's like just crisp enough. Man.
Lauren is at Taco Tuesday, so I said, please bring me home something. Feeling all right, Neesin? You're a little blue. Got him. Dylan, how's it going? I think I saw Matthew also pop up. Hope you guys are both doing well. NXT just ended. Hope everybody enjoyed that. I was doing dog dad stuff, so I didn't get a chance to check it out. But I was thinking, you know, last week we were like, what's this show gonna be? And I think we should open up every show with something. We don't have a graphic or anything. I think people were like, "Oh, John, he's setting." I haven't even told Neesin about this. I think we should start the show with a check-in. Just be like, "Hey, how you doing? What have you been up to?" I think that's a fun thing to do. So Neesin, I'm just checking in. How you doing? What have you been up to?
Been making chicken.
Yes.
So I feel like this. Looked at it's all blurry. I feel like it's like censored chicken.
Censored. You can't show that. You didn't get a release to show that.
Been making chicken, but you can't. The chicken did not sign the release forms.
Like, I can't even tell.
That's actually great. That's great. Nah, man. A lot of work. Working on some cool stuff. That I really can't wait to show to the masses, but. Definitely been inspired by Comic-Con. So I actually like Comic-Con was the only place that I actually said it out loud to like public. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, just getting ready for Halloween, man. Like Halloween spooky season is here. I gotta get my costumes ready. I gotta figure out what bank I'm gonna rob so I can afford to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios in the same month.
Oh, you're trying to do both?
You know, just trying to stretch my credit limit. That's what I've been up to.
Wonderful.
What have you been up to? In chat, what have you guys been up to? Yeah, Dwayne is definitely
let us know. This is the check-in. This is what we're doing now. Oh, We'll get to it. Don't worry. What have I been up to? I started WrestleQuest last night. Said blood on it. Oh. Yeah, well, we'd have to put it in black and white.
Black and white. Right.
Because that lessens the effect.
This is terrible, guys.
That's a lot. I will. Let's do a little tech right now. Do you have this window that we are talking in full screen?
No.
Okay, so that's what that was going to be my first suggestion. Maybe
Is that better?
I think it is. I mean, obviously you got light coming from one side, not the other, but I think it is better. Chat, let us know.
Yeah,
and also let us know. We want to check in with you guys, see what's going on with you. Well, I started softball. We played our first regular season game last week, and we lost 33-7. At one point, one of the batters came up into the batter's box, and he said to me, "This never happens to us." And I said, "I don't believe you." And he laughed. And he's like, "Come on, man." I was like, no offense. I know I don't know you personally. I've literally just met you, but I do not believe you when you say, "Oh, this never happens."
Wow.
Granted, didn't play a crisp, pristine game, but it was 33-7. Not great. Other than that, yeah, I started WrestleQuest, which is an RPG wrestling style game. I started streaming it last night. And it's fun because, it's just all of the wrestling things in general. I like the no light effect. Yeah, it actually, and now for some reason, did you turn a light on when I wasn't looking?
I have a side light on because it was like,
perfect.
Yeah. So,
we did it, folks.
Hey, they don't pay me the big bucks for nothing over here.
What else? I saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong. Have you heard of that? I'm sure you've seen the things everywhere.
I have not.
It is a play that is exactly what it sounds like.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a play, like it's live?
It's live. It was I think it was on Broadway, and then it originally was on in the UK, then it made its way to Broadway. Now it's touring kind of. It's at least here. And
where is it? Pantages?
No, it's at the other one whose name I can't remember.
Cool.
It's in downtown, but I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's right next to the Walt Disney.
Yeah, the symphony thing place.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was very, very good.
I can't wait, man. I'm gonna Apple might copyright. I gotta catch it out. I gotta catch it. Peter Pan is one of my favorite Disney characters. The man said, "Fuck growing up."
He did.
Not only am I not gonna grow up, but I'm gonna teach other people how not to grow up, and I'm gonna terrorize these adults. Fuck them. The more I got older, the more I related to Captain Hook, and I was like, "Yo, Peter, slap this kid! Like, what are you doing? Like,
slap him right in the face."
But also believe in the theory that Captain Hook is Peter Pan.
Whoa! All right, you're throwing out some crazy theories here.
Have you not heard this theory?
No, I've heard some other different ones, but I haven't heard that one. That's wild.
Yeah. So Captain Hook is really Peter Pan grown up, and he went back in time, and that's why the clock is so significant. But like he went back in time to try to save him from being stuck on this island, being stuck in this land or whatever. So it's just this ever thing of like he's not trying to hurt him, he's trying to save him, but Peter is like, being a fucking kid.
That's very interesting. I had not heard that before.
Yeah. Guys, follow me on my Disney podcast. I only do it on TikTok. It's only 3-minute long videos of me saying the most random theories about Disney. It's not real, but you can watch me build Legos on my TikTok. You can do that. You can do that.
Love it. All right. So let's Thomas, what's going on? Let's get into the wrestling, because I feel like we have a couple of topics. We need Peter Pan Goes Wrong starring Phil Brooks. Oh boy.
At this point, Peter Pan is Phil Brooks, and that's when he turns to Captain Hook. It's CM Punk. It makes sense. This makes sense. It makes sense. AEW CM Punk is Captain Hook. ROH CM Punk is Peter Pan.
My God. So we had an eventful weekend, I feel, in the world of wrestling. Friday morning on Pat McAfee's show, he was just doing his thing, and he had old Dwayne The Rock Johnson on his show, and they got to talking, and some interesting news came out of that, to where Pat just straight up asked him, "Hey, what happened? What happened with you and Roman? Weren't we supposed to have a match? Is that?" And he basically said, it was a lock. The match was a lock. It was supposed to happen. And then, yeah, Dwayne definitely Dwayne. And we'll get to that. And he said it was a lock, and then they couldn't figure it out, the finer details of it, which I don't know what that means. And basically, that was that. He said they just didn't do it. And then he kind of teased 40 in a way. He said, well, you know, WrestleMania 40 is around the corner, and he turned around and gave the people the eyebrow, and they lost their minds. Very interesting segment. How do you feel about knowing this information? Because I saw a very interesting take from someone that was mad online. But how do you feel about this information that came out?
Two things. One, I had to change the title on Twitch because Twitch just said we're not live, and I got text messages like you're not live, and that kind of threw me off. So
oh, no.
Yeah. But how do I feel about this? I thought it was interesting. I thought that I text you right before it all happened, right? And I was like, does he like, oh shit, it's in Colorado, right? And then as I'm like going through it in my head, I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh man, like, yeah, wow, did he make that 1 hour drive? Wait, McAfee's there. Uh-oh. And then I heard him say this is the People's Show, and I was like, if you smell, I lost my mind. Yeah. And then it instantly came down to, I was like, shout out to Cass, because he says this, and it's rang true in my ear from the jump. WWE tells you what they're doing every single time. Like, we look back, we could always be like, look, it was right in front of our faces. And I've never heard The Rock talk that openly about what actually happened with WrestleMania. And not saying he hasn't been in front of a mic, and not saying he hasn't talked about, because he's talked about wrestling before. But yes, Pat McAfee on Friday was asking him directly, and he was answering directly. And he said, we worked on it, it was signed and sealed, had a shot of Terramata, boom, bam, and we kept working on it. What I think it was, and what I truly think it was, is that he doesn't want it to be for the title. Like, because where do you go? Where do you go?
That was the other thing he said. Yeah, that was the well. He didn't say I didn't want it to be for the title. He said I want WrestleMania to be the start of something, and not the end. So that was also very interesting. And the take I read or saw someone say online was basically, when Cody lost at WrestleMania, that certain show, the guy was like, I don't understand why he lost, blah, blah, blah. And the two other people on the show had told him, we need to build Cody up more. And he said, okay, that makes sense. And then Dwayne goes on Pat's show and says, yeah, I was supposed to face Roman at Mania, but we couldn't work it out. And this guy says that Dwayne should have kept his mouth shut, because now it makes Cody, like, we're all trying to root for Cody, but he says it makes Cody look like he was the second banana to what should have been The Rock. So this kind of feels like who else did this happen with? Didn't this happen with Roman?
Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly what I was going to say. Doesn't this feel familiar? Are we? And I was so scared for Cody on Monday. I was so scared because I'm like, man, but I think like we joke and everything is with love, and we talk about Cody being Cody Luther Rhodes, and I talk with Mimi over at Turntable Talk about Cody, and she hates Cody, but and I love backing it up, and Cody has a real fan base, and it's like it's a holy shit fan base, right? And it is perfectly suited. Like he had it, of course, from AEW, but it is perfectly suited from WWE. Like it is. He has a cult following that we haven't seen in quite some time. And so it's to the point where if you put him in a ring with The Rock, I honestly think it'd be 50-50. I honestly think like The Rock, it'll be people like, well, no, but Cody Rhodes. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, where are we at here? So when I seen that on Monday, man, I Dylan, Cody Luther Rhodes is no joke. It isn't. He saved racism, guys. Go back, go Google it. Go Google it. By impregnating his black wife. Go Google it. But it's that's what I thought. The instant when The Rock said that, I was like, oh my God, we're burying Cody. This is what's gonna happen. Like, because now does Cody get to finish the story? Cody's not finishing the story at all. Like Cody probably even gets to finish anything because he got a daughter, don't got time with his wife, probably can't finish a meal, probably can't finish. What is he finishing? What is Cody finishing? He's not finishing at all. Just no finish for Cody. That is the thing. Just a non-finish.
A dusty finish.
There it goes. But yeah, there's no story. So I don't know, man, because who's gonna not take the? Are you gonna do a triple threat?
No way. You can't do that.
Is Roman losing the title?
I think like when I first heard, oh yeah, we were going to do the match and then it didn't happen, I'm like, that timeline doesn't make sense to me. But then I heard like it was early last year.
It's early 2000
that they were talking about.
January.
Yeah. So,
but if you look at it,
it makes sense.
There were definitely you could see it. Like you can see the lineup.
Would that have been before Cody showed up? No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so. Because Cody
it was, dude. Because if it was early 2022, they didn't have Mania yet, and Cody was still under contract. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, they were in talks. I assume he said they had a handshake deal. Cody's contract comes up. They sign Cody. They probably go, yeah, we got Cody. And then they see the reaction, go, oh crap, we got the dude now, basically.
Right. Because I think it was because that was Dallas, because they were in Dallas, right? So like, I think it was signed and sealed. Cool, have them beat Brock. Roman and Rock is next year. And I think that was the boom. Like, and I think we're probably going to get Cody and Roman at some point during that year.
During last year.
Yeah. Right. So
do you think, because there's a lot to unpack here, and I guess credit to The Rock, he didn't come out and say he didn't say why things fell apart, because he probably could have just said, yeah, well, the Cody thing was hot and they didn't want to do it. So I appreciate that, I guess, if that's the reason. But yeah, now it's like, okay, it's out there. What do we do? Is Cody the one to be? And I want to know what chat thinks. And I feel like we spoke on this last week because we have main event Jay, and we have everything that's going on with the bloodline right now. Do we still think that Cody is the guy? I have to finish the story. Is he the guy? Does he get a match at Rumble and win at Rumble?
I don't
Do we
know,
think,
man.
or do you think? Because honestly, I'll tell you right now, The Rock beating Roman for the title, that would technically be the start of something, but that doesn't do anything for me.
But unless here's my thing. I've been diving down this road because I think the same way. The Rock beating Roman for the title does nothing. But hear me out.
Because once again, he would be beating the longest modern day champion.
Yes, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You have the only other people that's viable for that title that should even be sniffing it is Seth, Cody, Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Those three. There's no other three people that you could even make me believe in
Walter?
in this time.
Sorry,
No.
Gunther? No.
Not for the time, not for Roman's title. Like, these are people that are this Roman has been about a long time storytelling, and those three are the most like intrinsic stories that Roman had. Like, they're embedded.
Right.
So you can't just throw Walter or Gunther in there. Like, what is he's gonna win the Rumble? And it's that's the only way, and even that doesn't even feel worthy of that within 3 months. So
that feels too hot shotty.
Right. And so the reason why I say when I thought about The Rock winning, I'm like, hey, so what if this is why I think it's not supposed to be for the title, but okay, The Rock wins. Cool. Well, then that way, those three people I named, Jay, Cody, Seth, they must take that title off The Rock. Like, they have to, because it can't go back to Roman. But that guarantees that now the person that beats Rock is a guaranteed. Not only are you're getting a title that had the longest or the second longest reigning title if they do move the title for Mania, but you're beating the guy. You're beating. You talk about John Cena's the GOAT, but The Rock is the biggest star to ever grace professional wrestling. Like, he is the star. People think of wrestling, they think of The Rock, Austin, then Hogan. Like, that's The Rock, yeah, like people's eyebrow. So whoever beats him, that's the only way I can see it. But if he's pinning that, if they're trying to work that, it's like, I mean, Cody beating The Rock would be huge, bro. Like,
but I think Jay beating The Rock would be even bigger.
Yeah, I think Jay beating Gunther would be great. Like, I think
that would be wild.
To me, that's the person I would love to see take the title off of him. Somehow.
God. That would be great. I didn't even think about that.
I think Rock isn't, because they've had no real interactions. But I mean, you could tell the story of Roman, but they just had no real interactions like that. But I would love for Jay to beat Gunther. Like, I think that will come on, man. Like,
do you think The Rock is on a Survivor Series team?
I think the two Usos will have Survivor Series teams. I think that's what we're kind of leaning up to. I don't think The Rock would be on a Survivor Series team.
If Roman's on one of the teams, would you be like, okay, maybe?
I don't see it. So no. It could, but I honestly, as the days go by, I feel like Dwayne was Dwayneing. Like, it was just a high buy because I was in Colorado. Also, he has a ranch out there. Also, that was the first TKO show.
Yeah.
So all right. I don't know, man. Because there was no hint. I mean, I know we have Fastlane in October, and then we go into Survivor Series, but Roman's not back until Fastlane. So what are we doing?
He doesn't have an opponent yet, right?
AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
Oh, it's Styles?
Yeah, they're building.
AJ.
Roman AJ. Yeah.
Good old AJ.
Oh, AJ. So yeah,
Okay.
I think it's interesting. It's very interesting.
I just don't want him to win the title, but that also feels like something that would absolutely happening. Oh
Dirty
my
Dom
god.
versus
Yes. Let's do it. Ex-con Dom. Let's do it. Yeah, I think that could also be a possibility. Which does Cena need the Grand Slam though?
Only if it's right. I don't think he if he was to beat Edge for it or some shit, maybe.
I think Sheamus, it would be bigger for him to have the Grand Slam. Because John Cena is John Cena. But Sheamus is also Sheamus. I don't want to like discount Sheamus.
Yeah.
But I think Grand Slam would be pretty cool for him. All right, let's move on. Last week we had a very strange return and then an even stranger rematch that just happened. And then throughout that strangeness, we found out that Jade Cargil's contract with AEW is up. She is, I don't know if it's official, but it feels pretty official throughout what we've heard. She is WWE bound, which I don't know if that means NXT. Actually, I kind of hope it does mean NXT. Right? I guess we'll get into that. So there she is, already dominating the WWE Performance Center.
All the rings are hers. Give her all the rings.
Those are all of her rings. So, how do we? Well, we know how you personally feel about it. How do you feel about it from a Jade leaving AEW to go to WWE? Because I think this is like a huge blow to AEW's women's division. That's just me personally. That as well. So I guess I know the answer. And I feel like last week we were like, man, when Jade comes back, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so cool. And then now she's gone, and we're like, what the fuck? Honestly, he should have seen that reaction when she came back, and that should have been like, well, maybe I need to add some zeros to this. That should have been the end of it. But I did think it was very strange that we went straight into a rematch. That was like a telltale sign for me to be like, she's gone. She's not coming back.
Man, again, this has been pondering on my head a lot. And I try at first I was like, oh, we finally get Jade Cargill and WWE, because I felt like she's made for WWE. Like she is a WWE superstar. They marketed her they dropped the ball on Jade from the start. Like, and I know for sure I've been screaming it on here. They need to treat her like Goldberg. They need to treat her like the biggest thing. And then what they did was they had her a TBS champion. They didn't have her on the main show. They pushed her to Rampage, and then she was never on TV like that. And then they weren't really feeding her storylines and championships, but just touting her record instead of actually making it about Jade. And they put all these other people around her that they didn't give time to help elevate. They kept changing them in and out because they probably weren't giving them real contracts. This is just my speculation.
Yeah.
And so now it's to the point where at the end of the contract negotiations, this woman was featured on every crossover black mainstream thing you could imagine. You're talking Hot 97, French Montana's music videos. It was some I want to say oh man, it's another show. A Breakfast Club, just you could name it, and she was there for any sort of hip hop culture thing. She was at the forefront of that. Also, I mean, she's married to a damn near legendary baseball player. So she has the star power and the cachet to be able to carry a division. Yeah, she may not have like the experience, in-ring experience.
Right,
But
but
one
who
thing
cares?
one thing WWE knows how to do is highlight your strengths.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what they do. It's like, oh, okay, great. Like we're gonna give you these 5-minute matches. We're gonna make you look. I am by no means am I besmirching any person I'm about to name. But you take someone like Nia Jax, which she works hard.
What?
Like, and she definitely catches your eye when she walks into an arena. Nia Jax is beautiful. Okay. Like she legitly is a supermodel, right?
Yeah,
like she's
supermodel.
she's a supermodel. But you take someone like Jade Cargil, and if they have the same amount of ring experience, you put Jade Cargil in a ring with a Becky Lynch. You put Jade Cargil in a ring with a
Bailey.
With a Bailey. Yeah, I was trying to think of anybody else. So Jade Cargil in a ring. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargil is the thing that like I don't want.
Yeah.
I want them to be a tag team, and I want them to be a part of the Hurt bit, not the Hurt. I don't know what they're going to be called.
Oh,
but I want to be a part of that, and like that's where I want to go.
That would be amazing.
That's how you highlight her strengths, because the minute she walks, if she's walking out next to Bobby Lashley, if she walks out next to, do you know that is money just in not saying a word? We know Bobby Lashley is not the greatest promo, but when he's standing there and he's posing, he's that guy standing next to Jade Cargil with the Street Profits flanking them and Bianca Belair. Come on, man. That's what Jade Cargil is. And Tony Khan had all the means to do that in AEW. He just dropped the ball consistently. I don't know what it is about dropping the ball with black wrestlers over there, with Swerve, with Powerhouse Hobbs, Jade Cargil, Keith Lee. Like, these guys come in hot, and then you just
womp. It's just done.
Dust.
I will say, like, notoriously, I agree with you. And I agree with you with Swerve, but it at least looks like they might be doing something cool with him, with Hangman.
Well, and this is the thing. Yeah, it does look like it's something that they could be doing cool with him. But
the execution,
one, where's the execution? Two, they always wait till these wrestlers cool off over there. So I never want to hear anybody talk about how WWE is like, oh, they're just going to job out to whoever. AEW brings in people like, we need a new champion. You're bringing Keith Lee, and then you he's relegated to what? To where? To how?
Yeah.
Like, Powerhouse Hobbs was a TNT champion, and you don't even remember he was you don't even remember who the TNT champion is right now.
Well, it's Christian.
You know why? Because he's not the real TNT champion. Like,
right.
So many things.
There's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I still watch it every week.
Yeah. I watch. Look, I watch too. I watch. But when I saw that match, I was like, "Oh, we're done." And
that's it.
And I'm kind of sad because Chris Statlander, she was what Jay needed this whole time.
Yeah, and like, now it's like I'm back, and it's like, cool, I'm leaving.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, see, Thomas Luchasaurus. No, Christian is the TNT champion. Possession is 9/10 of.
Hide your dads. Christian's here.
Or at least the memories of your dads.
Ooh, R.I.P. I will. Yeah, man. The whole I will say, Athena's been killing it in ROH, but that doesn't do anything for me. She should be on. She should be on AEW.
Yeah, she should be on Dynamite. I mean, at worst, Rampage, but she should be on Dynamite or Collision. Like, she should have been in that Fatal 4-Way match that they had for the number one contender to fight Saraya.
Yeah. Because she's a champion within your umbrella. So she should have been in the match.
What are they? What are they?
Yeah,
we asked what are they doing? We asked but all I know is, and I want to ask you this. Does Jade Cargil come out Bakersfield, California, No Mercy after Becky Lynch beats Tiffany Stratton again? And at the end, do we get a old school black and gold run in like we used to get every single takeover with Triple H? Is this our first one? Do we get this with Jade Cargil running in and beating down Becky Lynch at the end and holding up the title? And is her name Jade Storm?
Can she not be? I'm sorry, I've never actually checked. Is her real name not Jade Cargil?
I think her name. I mean, I think it's Jade Cargil Phillips, or maybe.
Brandon Phillips. I'm just gonna go on a tangent. Brandon Phillips is one of my favorite baseball players ever. Cincinnati Reds.
Legend.
I was like, man, I hope the Mets trade for him sometime, but didn't happen. Love Brandon Phillips. He's
Legend.
Great. Anyway, probably one of the reasons why I have a Cincinnati Red hat somewhere in here.
Her real name is Thomas is saying her real name is Jade Cargil. And yeah, No Mercy is actually in an arena in Bakersfield, bumfuck nowhere, California.
Ugh. It's down the street. Mike will walk there.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if that's true. When is that again?
The 30th. I'm really trying to go. So it is September 30th.
Oh, September.
Yeah.
Tickets are still available.
Mike isn't going.
Mike
says Mike isn't going.
That's fine.
Yeah, tickets are still available. So
right,
yeah, but we can talk about that offline.
Maybe that'll be a road trip.
Yeah.
I always think Bakersfield is not far, but I feel like it is. It's like 3 hours.
Pull the tape. Yeah, no, Bakersfield isn't 3 hours. It's like it's 2. It's halfway to Vegas.
All right. Anyway, we'll offline about that. But again, overall, the loss of Jade Cargil is terrible. It feels like you do anything you can to re-sign her,
right?
Unless, and I don't think old TK's strapped for cash, that he's looking towards the future and saying, well, if I can't re-sign Jade Cargil, then I'll throw the bag at Mercedes.
Yeah. So we got this question or comment saying, now that UFC and WWE have officially merged, do you see someone like Ronda Rousey or Brock Lesnar being bridged between the two audiences? You know, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say your name. I'm assuming it's like Devin or GV Devin. That's a great question. And I would say yes and no. Yes, I think Ronda Rousey does want to come back to UFC in some form or fashion. I think those losses really hurt her and she had to get over it mentally.
Yeah.
And I think she deep down inside, she wants to fight again. So I wouldn't be surprised like if she does. But I think no, because of all the things I said before. Brock, I think, look.
I feel like he already bridged the gap.
Oh, for sure. I think you got more people now like Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't be surprised if like Bobby Lashley went over and did a UFC fight.
So you think that might actually happen where we see, like, I know a lot of people probably don't know this. For some reason, we see Shinsuke.
Oh, yeah.
Shinsuke did do a couple of MMA fights. So we see something like that. You think that's a possibility? What would that even look like? Because I know they have like a ranking system.
Right.
That could also be, that's another thing we heard, and I don't know if our commenter knows this. There has apparently been internal talks of maybe renaming divisions in WWE to, I assume, more mirror what we see in UFC. I personally hate that.
Yeah.
And I could tell just when I said that Neesin also was like, that is awful and I hate it.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things to where, because all reports from that is saying like, oh, it was like talks or her. And I've been listening to a lot of Nick Khan interviews over the past week. And one thing is he's like, look, we've definitely talked about everything, right? Like, it's like, okay, what can we do? Like, where are we are? Blah, 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 blah. Like, but you can tell that they want to keep it separate.
Yes.
As much as possible. And which is smart because there aren't a lot of crossover audiences in it. Like, so with that said, CM Punk had matches like at a UFC, right? Like,
right.
Out the gate. Bobby Lashley actually had Bellator matches. So
and I feel like Shayna Baszler did as well.
Oh yeah, well yes,
not Bellator, but
yeah, no, she had early. Yeah, I actually seen some of her. She used to fight in California. She see some of her matches, but yeah, I think it could happen. I do. But it'll be once in a blue moon. I don't think it'll be as often as people think. I think they're going to keep it very separate because they know where their money lies in division and not togetherness. Like they want to run, and I know this sounds very divisive, but I mean that's what money is. That's what capitalism is. They run Saturday UFC pay-per-views, and then they run Sunday PLEs, like
in the same area.
In either in the same area, and or they were talking about doing it in different countries. Like they want to do Australia for WWE while running in America, and then that way they could get the subsidy from the government in Australia to get that come over. And like, so they're thinking money, like, so they're not thinking trying to. And so those audiences, you have to have an audience for both of those. They are thinking having a mega weekend, like Friday in the same city, Friday night SmackDown, Saturday UFC, Sunday PLE. That's exactly what Nick Khan said. They're looking
crazy
on the 24 schedule right now, and they're like, okay, this is our WrestleMania week. Don't book anything for that week, please. This is our big fight week for UFC. Don't book anything for that week. Okay, well, maybe we could like tag team here. So nobody does live events besides like WWE, UFC, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift. That's it. That is the ticket sellers for the last decade, right? Yeah. So we're going to start seeing that. So do I think it could happen with Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar? Not really. But do I think it can happen in general? Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think another thing we might see, if there are fighters in UFC that are going to maybe retire from the octagon, I could see them making a relatively easy transition into training to become a wrestler. And then that could bridge your gap, I think. We've seen it a couple of times, and it seems to usually work out pretty well. I'd say the percentage is probably pretty good. But yeah, I mean, skeptical about Logan and Jake Paul and what they could do for boxing. I think it's working.
I have another point on this, by the way.
I think it's working for WWE too.
Yes, it is working, and I think it's working so much for boxing. I think that will be their next transaction, TKO. I think they're going to end up buying the Paul brothers boxing promotions. With them looking at boxing and boxing being the next thing that they, it's right there for the taking, basically.
Yeah.
Like what next? I think you're not going to buy Top Rank. You're not going to buy PBC. You're going to buy the people that actually are putting asses in seats and actually selling pay-per-views. Like what the Paul brothers on do on pay-per-views is like just second to Mayweather.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was just going to bring this up. Remember in the 90s when your family friend would have an insane all-day party that would end with the pay-per-view boxing?
Yep.
that's kind of, I mean, I don't know if we're at that level again, but we could get there, especially if you're backed by UFC and WWE.
Well, I think for they're definitely with the Paul brothers, like a Logan match, like or like like a Jake match. Like he's been having those nights where it's like, okay, this card looks nice. Like, you know, I gotta watch this now, you know, sort of thing. So I think in Nick Khan, the reason why I say I think that's the next buy is because Bill Simmons asked him flat out and said, "Are you gonna buy like are you gonna invest in a boxing, whatever?" And he was like, you know, anything's on the table. And then they asked him again, and he was just like, "Look, what I can say, what Jake and Logan are doing is really special." And I was like, "Oh, that is the most smart, because you already have them in pocket, like you already have him, you already have a relationship with him, and they are pay-per-view sellers. So why not? Why not have that? Because they're in MVP problem child Jake, he has a boxing team, like a camp, a promotion. So one of the boxers I used to box with actually is under it. Like he got signed to him in our gym. So it's yeah, H2O gym, black Jackrabbit gym out in Long Beach. But it's I think that's the next one. So I think, yes, boxing, they're going to do big things. I think TKO is probably going to invest in that next, probably in 2024, once they see how the money flows for Q4 and going into Q1 and Q2. Look for Q3 and Q4 to be the next acquisition. No, I'm talking like business right now, but you know.
That's fine. It was a business question. What have we been going for? 47 minutes.
47.
All right, so we have AEW's big New York event tomorrow.
Okay.
Which is headlined by Joe versus MJF. We went
Grand
off
Slam,
the air,
baby.
Grand Slam. We went off the air last week with Joe. I think each week now I'm going to do, could this segment have been another women's match? I think that's what I'm going to do every week. And I will say, I didn't need you to sell me more on Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho. I already barely care. And they were just in the ring complimenting each other and then being mean. I had my headphones on and they were just talking. And I went, I don't care. I just took my headphones off. So every week I might do that. But anyway, we ended the show with Joe choking out Cole and doing probably, Joe is, I think, the best at screaming and staring at the camera. I think he's one of the best at it. He says he's going to take everything from MJF.
They'll take everything from you.
There's no way he wins tomorrow, right?
No way. No chance in hell. That's what you got.
I think the only title change we see tomorrow, and I'd be fine if it doesn't happen, is yes, just it's like me, just like, no, you know what it should be? You know how every wrestler watches the monitor sideways when they're filmed? It should be me. It should be me doing that. Looking at an AEW, like two people talking in the ring or something. I don't want to give you a big project to do, Dylan, but
Dylan, do it, please.
It's every week. And that, I mean, I know we kind of got away from they don't know how to handle women wrestlers or anyone that's I can't go on this rant. I can't go on this rant right now. Joe is not beating Joe is not beating MJF. I think the only title change we have tomorrow is Eddie winning the Ring of Honor world title. And maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, yes, that'd be a huge pop. I want to say take some time out. Look, I try not to give comments like this. Thomas, I apologize for skipping your comment. It is just us working here, so we're trying to talk and do and pay attention. So forgive us if we missed
we ain't
comment that was on like 5 topics ago. So I apologize. We're not ignoring you, I promise. That's just for everybody. Like we're trying to see everything coming in. But yes, please, because this is me usually during that that's me watching during that Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara segment. Just
like
why
I don't care. That could have been an email. I don't care. Like, I get it. You guys have tension. You're going to have a match. I don't need a 12-minute segment of the two of you being like, Sammy, remember when I called you Spanish God and everyone thought it was funny? Do you remember that, Sammy, from the beginning? And I'm like, fuck, I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. Is it exactly?
Yeah. You know what I don't like? I don't like that Eddie Kingston. I don't like this Eddie Kingston, this Eddie Kingston build. Like, I get it. Eddie Kingston is dope. And Eddie Kingston is that guy. I think I just don't like like he said it too. He's like, yeah, so what? I push all my friends away and I beat them up. Like, this is like, I want to fight my friends. And it's like, okay, so you're just
channeling CM Punk.
Yeah, you're just a bad guy.
I stop biting people?
So you're the bad guy, and we like I can't cheer for you, like, and I can't really boo you, but so it's just like, what am I supposed to do here, man? Like, what am I supposed to do? And so, and I know it's just like, well, we're just watching these guys go at it, and it's like I'm here for that. But damn it, Eddie Kingston, you make it hard because I'm just like. He's like, yeah, he left me to go make money and feed his family and yada yada. But what about me? And I'm like, that sounds like you're the bad friend.
Yeah, I think if anything, it should have been like, you don't respect me. I went to Japan and I was in the G1. I come back. You have less respect for me. I'm sick of this. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Something like that. I would have definitely.
Listen, I don't think I would ever be like, now, Eddie, I have some notes on your promos. I would never say that in a million years.
I would. Give me a friend, Eddie. I would.
I also love that you unintentionally quoted the end of Victory by saying, what am I supposed to do?
What I do now, huh?
It's all fucked up now.
It's all fucked up now. Yo, that's what Eddie should come out to.
Victory?
Hear my cries, hear my falls, give me your. Oh no, that's Come With Me. Sorry.
That's Come With Me. Victory is
the
Shine Forever.
Oh yeah, the sun don't shine forever. As long as we here, then we might as well shine together. Never now or ever. Business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who do it better. Somebody needs to come out. That MJF needs to come out to Grand Slam to Victory. Like, that is the most MJF song.
I think Eddie might have used to come out to that. I would have to double check. Also, I had some random we're basically just winding down here. But I had some weird random thought today where I went, did Catchpoint used to come out to an instrumental version of Tell It to My Heart? And I checked and they indeed did. That used to be their theme song.
Let me tell you. If I could pull off the idea that I have in my head that we talked about, you talked about, after everyone watching this stream would definitely love it. I just need to be able to pull it off. I promise.
See, only time will tell. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we get on out?
No, besides the fact I make some amazing chicken. I'm just gonna tell you guys this chicken. I haven't eaten enough of it. I thought I was gonna eat it on camera, but I couldn't because I was talking and I got a little flustered. But this chicken, like, just I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm gonna give you some AMS, some ear porn. You got the ear porn? Got that? That was great.
Henson's here.
That was some great ear porn.
Henson.
Hey, what's up, Izin?
Henson.
Nah, man. Hey, guys, look, wrestling is great.
Yeah,
Can't
I'm
wait.
having a great time.
Let's watch John Cena on SmackDown this Friday with teaming up with AJ Styles. That's gonna be great.
That's gonna be great.
I think he is. Who knows? I don't know. What about you? Anything else you want to chat about in professional wrestling? What's going on? What's going on in Japan right now?
Stardom tournament's going on right now. It's pretty great. What else is going on? I think we have Jake Lee versus Go Shiozaki coming up, and Noah right now. Noah's great. I think they might try and bring back the Intercontinental title, the IWGP Intercontinental title. Just undoing all of the wrongs that Kota Ibushi did. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's really going on right now. But yeah. That's it. These dogs are just like you. I fed them a little bit before we came on air, but they're like, "Hey, where's the rest? Where's the rest?" Oh yeah. MK1's out.
I've been actually watching the Austin Creed's story playthrough.
Oh yeah.
Shit is really dope. And I'm like, I kind of want to buy it and play it, but I'm like, this is like a movie. I'd rather just watch.
One of my friends was watching somebody play through it, and he says it's insane what they're doing with the lore of Mortal Kombat.
Insane. Like insane. It really is. But I will say, guys, October 19th, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'm gonna do a live playthrough of Spider-Man soon as it drops.
Oh boy.
We're just gonna stay up. We're just gonna rock out with our webs out. Webs out. We're just gonna rock out with our webs out. So make sure October 19th. That and then I'm trying to get back into gaming. I'm trying to figure it out. So any other games you guys got, please let me know. I know WrestleQuest and somebody else told me about WrestleQuest as well.
I did. It was me. Oh, somebody else besides me.
Yeah,
you should check it out. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. So let's get some games going, guys. I may play some Call of Duty again. Maybe.
We'll see.
I haven't played
know.
in a while.
I'm pretty off that
Come
train,
on, Pingo.
you know that.
Come on, Pingo. Come on.
All right, we'll see.
But other than that, yeah, man. It's 2 weeks in a row. How you like that?
Oh,
What happened?
Mike's just sent me.
Oh yeah, I seen he sent the tweet.
You see?
I said,
Dylan, I'll get you a picture. I think I have like one or two of me doing that, but I'll get you.
Oh no. I'm gonna put it in the chat, guys. Guys, I know we're like watching this. I'm gonna put it in the thing right now, so you're able to see it.
Well, while we're winding down and uploading that, I hope everybody has a good rest of their week. I hope you enjoy whatever you were doing, whether it be wrestling related or not. I've still have not gotten back into all the plugs. There it is. Is that Kurt Angle?
No, that's Roman and Bray.
No. Who's my head over? I think it's Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's over. Oh yeah, it's Kurt Angle. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's hilarious.
Dude,
we need this.
Oh my god.
We need this. Need this. This is what we need.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Oh, that'd be so great. All right. Well, what is it? Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, YouTube.com/that hashtag show TV. Those are the only ones I remember. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. That's it. I can't remember.
Guys, follow yourselves because we love you.
Yes,
That's
there we go.
what it is.
And I guess most importantly, that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys again next Tuesday. That's 2 weeks in a row. We're going to make it 3, like the triple threat. That's what your face will be like when we go live next week.
Bye, guys.